Good morning. It is Thursday and Adam and I are at the Alaska Railroad Depot right back there, and we are getting ready to get on the train to Seward today. I think we're going to do the Sea Life Center and some other things. I have no idea what all that's going to be, but we are here. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty early. It's kind of cloudy, but it's supposed to clear up, be sunny and warmish today, so I'm excited. This is what the Alaska Railroad building looks like. We were told to meet here early this morning. I don't think the train leaves until about 6:45. Yeah, we just started moving. We are gonna say goodbye to Anchorage for the day. I will say there's a lot of leg room with these seats. I've got my legs stretched straight out. What do you think? Think there's a lot of leg room?
Leg room.
Going to the train, we ask that you maintain 3 points of contact at all times. That's 2 feet and at least one hand, elbow, or arm on a stable surface. We also ask that if you're traveling through the car,
so it's really foggy today. That's the sun. And those are mountains you can't see anymore. It's amazing. And across the way, that is the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. We've been there a couple of times.
it almost seems like he's posing for you.
So there's an eagle nest with apparently a baby eagle, and there's the eagle couple right there in the tree. That's cool. So we've made a second quick little stop here at the Spencer Whistle Stop, and I think it's sort of like a port adventure on a cruise, but I think you can book an excursion from the train to do hikes or like kayaking or something. So there goes the group for today.
Best photo opportunity for the face of Spencer Glacier. I'll also let you know as we come around the corner and you're looking in the lake, bluer is newer. What I mean by that is if you see a very blue iceberg in that lake, it means it's freshly well. So after you get to the shop, you can prepare for some awesome photogenic opportunities of the Placer River Gorge. Now as we head into that first of 5 tunnels, I'll let you know that in between the 4th and 5th tunnel, on the left-hand side, let you know, keep your cameras ready. From here, pretty much to Seward is one photo opportunity after another.
That is Bartlett Glacier, and apparently there was a recent landslide that made it dirty. But it's still really cool. And now we're about a half mile away, but it's enormous, and I think this is all runoff down there. You can't really tell, but we are at a steep incline. We're doing a 3% grade, which is the steepest grade here on this railroad. It is also the steepest grade that this train can actually handle, so it's really, really steep. I will say that the narrator on this train is fantastic. She's giving so much information. It's amazing. This is Kenai Lake, and at its deepest it is up to 600 feet deep. But it's beautiful. Look at that reflection in the water. We are pulling into Seward slowly. And it's a much more beautiful day than what we had last weekend when I went to see whales on the cruise. Today it's sunny with some clouds, but it feels warm. Ooh, look at that pretty train. So the art on this building does a really good job of painting, illustrating the difference between a horned and a tufted puffin. So the horned puffin is on the right and the tufted puffin is on the left. Tell me the story.
Okay, so this is Mountain Marathon. It's one of the most famous places in Seward, and it's actually really interesting because Seward's a town of like 3,000-ish people, but every 4th of July, like 30,000 people visit Seward. The town absolutely explodes with people because they have a foot race that started as a bar bet between two people who bet how fast they could run to the top of the mountain and back down. And that race now happens every single 4th of July, with the exception of this year, thanks COVID. And the winners run all the way up and all the way down in like 45 minutes. 45 minutes? It's like 3,000 feet up and down. We come down, we've watched it before, and at the bottom of the mountain, when they get down, they're just like covered in mud and blood because they've just like gone all out. Bloody runners. Yep. That's where we had dinner last Saturday. It is. Adam is taking me to church. It's actually a coffee house and art gallery. But it's so cute. It's a little church. They've got a garden out here, and it looks like it's doing great. Like, they've got little onions. Oh, look at that broccoli. Yum. I've never had a coffee with a poof ball of whipped cream on top, but I also don't think I've ever been happier. So we made it to the Sea Life Center. I had a cup of coffee. Mine was hot. Adam had a cold iced coffee, and we are now here at the Sea Life Center. The thing about the Sea Life Center right now is that you have to make a reservation to get in. So you buy your tickets online, and then you have to make a reservation and schedule an arrival time for like COVID and social distancing guidelines, and so that's why we're here. It is just now 12 o'clock, so let's go inside and check it out. Salsa at home. Kind of fun. So what is that fish doing like in the kelp? What is he doing?
We've made our way to the touch tank, and the best part is we're allowed to touch things. She said she's given us permission for 1 or 2 finger touches, but we cannot pick anything up. Look at this guy, he reacted to me.
This might be a sea cucumber. I'm not positive.
Turn into sea pickles?
Yep, exactly right. Oh, that'll make a delicious sea dill. Oh, there's a crab. I don't know that it's alive.
Ooh, it is, everything's slimy in here. Ooh. And the water is really, really cold.
The water is cold.
I saw these in a different tank. Ooh. That feels like a rubber hose. It really does.
It does?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's hilarious. It actually really does.
And here's another one of those sea cucumbers. You know, I think you're right. I think they're eating the crabs.
Isn't that kind of what it looks like?
No, wait. He's moving. Look.
No.
His leg is moving.
You're right. I didn't even notice that.
So apparently there are live crabs in here.
Just like, look at that one.
But there's little pieces of fish in here, which is weird. Like fish heads and little cut up pieces of fish. Yum. So apparently the Sea Life Center also functions not just as a museum or an aquarium for animals, but it also functions as rehab and a research facility. They've got a Pacific sleeper shark, and I can't see him, he's too deep, but they say he's here for research because they can live to be over 100 years old. So it's really interesting to see what kind of animals they've got here and what they're trying to learn from them. I've had gooseberries before, but I've never had a sea gooseberry. I've never even heard of a sea gooseberry. And apparently they act as ambush predators. The next touch tank is full of starfish. All kinds of starfish. And look at how many legs this dude has. I bet it's really difficult to find a pair of pants. Ooh, and his little leg is curling up for me. Look how cool these dudes are. Ooh, you're hard. And this one's blue? You're beautiful. How pretty.
It's really cool.
And it's almost like they're hugging each other. It's really sweet.
Look at how they're little.
And that guy's doing the splits. And look at this guy's little feelers. So fascinating. Those folks just took a page out of Mary Poppins' book and fed the birds. And this place stinks.
I've never been more thankful for my mask.
It smells terrible in here.
It smells bad even with the mask.
Hmm? Hey, little guy. Oh, no. So this guy over here found a seat cushion to sit on. Hello, new spirit animals. I'll sit on film. So this is a tufted puffin. And there's another one. Goodbye. And then these guys up here, that's a horned puffin. Notice that they don't have the wig. So pretty.
And these in this tank, I believe, are harbor seals. You can see there's, I think, 3 of them or more, just kind of swimming around.
So this is Resurrection Bay, and we took our whale cruise boat, went out that way. And so there is the opportunity, probably not the probability, but the opportunity to see whales up in here in this bay. So that's really cool. But it's so pretty today. It's sort of cloudy, but it's so warm. Not hot, not humid, not buggy. The only problem is that stupid bird that wanted to vlog for us, and he's gone now. Such a pretty day. So this is Resurrection Bay. This is the Sea Life Center. That's where we are right now. And the whale cruise we took went down this way, and we went out that way. There's a really cool skate over here, and he's kind of little. He's only, like, this is my hand. I bet he is 2 feet wide max. He's little. So the water temperature for those seals out there is 45-ish degrees Fahrenheit. And so now we're downstairs, and we saw them upstairs, but now we're downstairs looking at them through the glass, which is always better. And I think there's 3 of them in here. So these are quite obvious what they are, but I think they still need crowns. And why are you sitting on top of them? Like, why? The tank is huge. Why are you sitting on top of each other? And this dude just looks lazy. He's literally resting on the bottom with his mouth open. You look like my cat. Sometimes looking through aquarium glass makes me dizzy, but this is the underneath of the birds. So there's like the birds and the ducks that we saw earlier are up there, And that guy looks like fun. You wanna come to my next birthday party? You got polka dots and everything. I guess we're learning how to do the seal hop. Assume the push-up position. Attempt to hop like a seal. I'd really rather not. And this, I guess, is called the Octo Grotto.
What do you guys think? Is that it? I can't quite tell. I think that might be the octopus there. I don't really know.
There's all kinds of fun things in here. And it looks really blue on my camera. Looks really pink in person. Wouldn't it be funny if it wasn't in here? I found the octopus. He's hiding from us in plain sight.
Alright, well, I'm a moron. I thought the octopus was over there. Auburn. She's like, yeah,
It's a jelly case. They're so graceful. Like, that just needs to be a screensaver.
Totally agree. How awesome are they? Like, watching jellies float is just so amazing. So pretty. Auburn said that they need to be, like, this needs to be a screensaver. She's exactly right. A little bit more at Seward.
The last stop for us is the gift shop. And I like how they set this up. It is a one-way through the museum. So that's the check-in over there. And we went up the escalator and then back and then looped around, came downstairs and came out over here. So they've basically forced you to hit the gift shop last, which I like, so you're not tracking a bunch of stuff through the museum before you're ready to leave. We just got here to the gift shop, and what I'm noticing is a lot of local craftsmanship. It's really interesting to see that this gift shop is supporting a lot of local Alaskan craftspeople. It's really cool. And just looking out here onto Resurrection Bay, the water looks a lot less rough than it did when we went out on our whale cruise, which makes me sad that Sherry didn't come with us today. But I think the train probably would have made her sick anyway. But it's so beautiful today. It's starting to get really cloudy though. I've decided I love Seward. I'm not sure if it's gonna pick up on camera, but there are Christmas lights in this tree. And I'm so happy. I think they're probably just left up there because the tree is so tall. So they probably just leave them up there and take down the bottom half because there's none down here. But still, it makes me happy that they're there. I think I may have to move to Seward. My people are here. Whoever wrote this, I'm gonna write you a love letter. This is amazing. So we're walking around downtown Seward, and apparently the Van Gilder Hotel is a hotel you can still book rooms at that is haunted. And I can see the brass 4-poster bed in there, but I'm really obsessed with the stained glass in this front window. But then right next door is the Liberty Theater, and Adam is like, look how cute it is. Apparently it was a one-screen movie theater here in Seward, and I guess it's closed now, but I think it looks kind of more haunted than that does, because I don't think the camera is picking up just how dilapidated and terrifying this place is in person. For lunch we're gonna try Highliner, I think, We've been looking at a bunch of different places and checking out menus, trying to blow a little time because there's a brewery here we want to try that doesn't open until 3.
I think this is it.
Cool.
I think we found...
Ooh, I see pizza. I told you this place smells like pizza.
And they make their own queso. With house-made queso.
Queso and pizza?
See, I think this is us.
We found our place. So we're still looking at what we're gonna get for lunch, but we started with the queso and chips, and this is like a house-made queso. It's amazing because it's not really spicy, but it's really flavorful. I think even Sherry would like that.
And so too, yeah, there's no like spice to it.
Yeah, it's just really flavorful.
Yep.
And then we each got a beer, and he got an Arnold Palmer, which is always hard for me to say.
Apparently.
But I got a Midnight Sun, I think it's called the Panty Peeler, which sounds disgusting, but I'm gonna say that anyway. And you got the...
It's called a 9.2. It's like their rotating tap beer.
Cool. Yep. Because we don't have to drive today.
Perfect.
This looks amazing, and I'm so excited for it. I customized it a little bit because I did not ask for the guacamole, and you're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I think I'm suspicious that I have a avocado allergy, and so I'm trying to avoid avocados. But what I got was the drunken chicken sandwich because I saw that it was marinated in tequila and couldn't say no, and Adam got the blackened chicken sandwich with the steak fries, and that looks really good. Look at that coleslaw.
Looks pretty good.
So our lunch was amazing. My sandwich, the chicken tasted just like tequila, and that made me happy. And the pickles were homemade, or made in the restaurant, so not made in a home probably, but they were so good. Those pickles were amazing. And Adam and I have a theory about the queso. We think that they put pickles in their pico, which was on top of the queso. And I've never thought about doing that before, but it worked. It was really good. So now I think we're gonna waste a little more time before we take the free shuttle back to the train depot. So we're gonna check out a little more of like downtown Seward and then go back to the train depot. We have to check in again, get new tickets before we get back on the train at 5:45, I think is when they're boarding. No, they're boarding at 5:15 and leaving at 6, something like that. There are lots of little shops here in Seward. Over there's a little artist with beautiful paintings. And we found a photography shop down here earlier. This is a really great place. And Adam feels at home because there's a Sasquatch right here. So while we were here today, not at the train, they turned the train around. So that's the front of the train that way. And we are gonna get back on car D. Again, just the same seats we had the last time. And I think it's actually starting to rain, so I'm kind of glad to be getting back on the train. But we have to get on here at the C door, and we will be getting on this car here. And it's really interesting to point out that our car has windows at the top. And I'll point this out when we get back on the train, when we get out of the rain.
We're actually in the exact same seats.
There are restrooms here.
That makes it easy.
And walking through the back here, our seats are these right here, but turning around, going up the stairs, up, up, up. These are not assigned seats. So you can actually sit here whenever you want. They're requesting that you limit your time to about 20 minutes because of COVID. There's our conductor right out there. And he has the chain and the hat and everything, and I have never been so happy. his name is Warren, and I just feel like that's pretty perfect. So these seats up here are basically for the view. They're not assigned seats, so they're requesting that you sit up here and be kind and thoughtful to other people during COVID and share these seats. But since the number of travelers is limited right now, it's really not such a big deal, because I think there's actually plenty of seats up here for people, and there wasn't an issue on the way down here, so I don't anticipate there being an issue on the way back.
Walk here.
Yeah, so it is 7:45. We are in the dining car. We have been on the train. Train left promptly at 6 o'clock, and we spent 90 minutes talking to the conductor. Conductor Warren is fantastic. He spent so much time talking to us, and it was amazing. He told us so many stories. He's the longest running Alaska Railroad employee. It was amazing. And he spent so much time talking to us, and so there's a bug on the window. Now we are in the dining car because we decided we wanted to try to have a meal on the train. They offered breakfast, and we chose not to do breakfast on the train. So we're going to try to do dinner, and they have several options. I went for the burger, and what did you get?
Pot roast.
And Adam got the pot roast, and we both ordered some drinks because we don't have to drive for several hours. We're scheduled to get it back into Anchorage at 10:30-ish, and right now it is 7:45, so we've got plenty of time on the train. And this waterfall over here is apparently nicknamed after the Seven Dwarfs because there are 7 levels to this waterfall, so it's somehow related to Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So I just got my burger. Thank you. And it looks delicious. And she brought me mayonnaise, which is perfect. And Adam got his pot roast, and I am a little bit jealous of all the gravy on that plate. And those green beans look delicious.
And it smells so good.
It really does smell so good. We have finished dinner, and we're back in our own car, and we have passed the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, and you can tell this is Turnagain Arm, and it is raining on the Anchorage side, which is this side over here. It looks really weird, but it's so pretty. It's sunset, and you can kind of see the rain just dumping out of those clouds.
So we are heading north up Turnagain Arm, and you guys can see the sunset is happening. Look how pretty that is. Absolutely amazing. The time, just so you guys know, is 9:30 p.m. We're supposed to be back in Anchorage just after 10 p.m. So I think the time of this train is pretty perfect for the sunset.
You can see we are making our way back into Anchorage now, and that is the silhouette of the Sleeping Lady over there, also known as Mount Susitna. But I think we are closing in on the railroad depot, which is why we are just creeping along at a snail's pace. If you see the Christmas lights, or what looks like Christmas lights over there, that is the 49th State Brewing Company. I took you guys there with me for lunch several vlogs ago, and that was such a wonderful dining experience, and the view from the rooftop was wonderful. I had no idea that we would have such a great view of that restaurant from the railroad. And just like that, we're off the train. Today was a wonderful day. I don't know that I would change much about today. I do wish Sherry could have come with us. It was such a great day, but I feel like the train rocked a little back and forth, and so it probably would have made her sick, but it was a wonderful day. So I'm so grateful to have had this experience, you guys. This vlog is gonna end here. You guys will see me and maybe that dude really soon.